Hey everybody, this is Eli Freestone and you're watching my week 4 reflection video for immersive application deployment term 1412. Overall, I think this month went really well. I learned a lot, especially with working with SpriteKit and really integrating other UIKit stuff like UI table views. It can be a little bit finicky, but it is definitely doable. I definitely heard a lot of horror stories previously, especially last month while I was working just with SpriteKit. Many people saying to avoid using any sort of UI kit stuff with it at all costs. But thankfully I didn't run into a lot of the issues that a lot of people were talking about. It still did take a little bit of thinking outside the box to get things working, and I think there's some stuff that I could have done better, especially with the way I'm passing along the view controller to be able to access some of those UI kit elements. I think it's definitely not the cleanest solution, but it does thankfully work. Overall, I think that would be one of the biggest things I would change, though, is try and figure out a better solution that fits more with the model view controller scenario than the way I'm passing around a view controller, you know, kind of like it's just some random object, but it's not. It's the view controller. So, I mean, I don't really think that's an appropriate way to do it, but it kind of was what I had to do to get things working at the time, and I haven't really been able to come up with a better solution, unfortunately. But that was also, I think, probably the biggest challenge was just coming up with that solution that was going to work in all the cases I needed it, where I'm popping up UI alert views or I'm adding a UI table view to an SK scene. Stuff like that, it definitely took a little bit of thinking and making sure I'm covering all the bases, because I have to pass that same view controller back over, otherwise it will cascade into another issue. So I keep passing it over, on, and it definitely took some forethought to really get that going. But all in all, I think it came out pretty good. Some other things I would have done differently is just like as of right now, I'm accessing parse several different times, but I'm not actually using. I should have just built a parse class to do all that accessing. I think that would have been a lot cleaner and very possibly a lot more efficient than what I'm doing it as. It does work again as I'm doing it, but I think I could have probably cut those calls in half to get the achievements or the scores, but overall it still worked out pretty good. I do also wish I would have been able to finish all of the requirements for week 3 in time to turn them in for week 3. I did actually finish them, that being the local leaderboard and the posting to a social media website. I actually picked Twitter, which I actually just wanted to finish those up this week, and thankfully I was able to get those going fairly simply. It wasn't much extra work. I already had a lot of the stuff already in place, thankfully. Not that it really counts towards the grade of last week, since it's already done and over with, but I just wanted to prove to myself more than anything that I could finish that portion of it. And so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do a really quick show of what the achievements will look like here, and then we'll finish up. All right, so what I have 6 different achievements. Flawless Victory is if you hit all of the UFOs and the asteroids, both the +1s and the multipliers. And then I also set this up so if you touch or tap any of the 6 names, it'll pop up a UI alert view that gives you a better description. And then whenever you have when you've received them, they turn green as opposed to the darker gray. So let's go ahead and play real quick, and I'll show you how it displays to alert the user. One thing I wanted to try and add in was actually some sort of a ding or something along those lines that really tells the user you've got this before, as they're getting it, and then show them what it was at the end. Unfortunately, I had some issues with the way I had previously set up logic that I couldn't work that in quite as well as I wanted to. But I do think that this still works out really good. It moves the score and the try again button up to make room for this little table view that shows the whatever achievements were received that play. And then post to Twitter works as well if there's a Twitter account loaded, but it's actually posting the score, not the achievements. I think I could have renamed that post score to Twitter or something along those lines, but that's kind of hindsight's always 20/20. But yeah, I guess that's about it. This has been Eli Freestone, week 4 for IAD, term 1412. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.